Hello, today in the video, you will see how a 30 FPS player plays with the best cheat for Rust, the link to which I left in the description under the video. Have a good viewing.
The irony of life is such, at the same moment, I let the ink flow, started writing this here poem with a love for her to hear it. Not even an hour passed, my mother's body disconnected from her spirit. Few tears started soaking up my t-shirt. Seen the face of God, I seen doves, then it got real blurred. My mother gave her life to others, others lived for themselves, and left us some baggages full of suffering. Her managers and other high-ranking officials together plotted to sabotage her militancy. Sat her in an open cell for a year and a half, where metal sharpnail will rain through an innocent breeze. And while they gave themselves a golden parachute, moms got sick at age 50. She had to bear the news, left me with a few words as a legacy I carry on a battlefield, on a war with destiny. In this economy we flaunt and we justify. The forest weeps, even animals pick up the vibe, staring at a screen fronting like we want to save the planet, and cry when a few bucks out of our paycheck vanish. While they poison in the air, 500,000 dead, as if COVID's the only culprit. That being said, what's happening is not a surprise, very logical. The consequence of this economy's ecological. And I still wanna believe that there's a higher power, while my belief in the humankind is rather sour. And that's to say we only get what we deserve, and when the tundra disappears, new viruses will emerge. When I was born, I was crying, I wasn't laughing. Perhaps I knew that I was thrust within a huge disaster, a sacrifice at the altar of this human folly. Insects we crush do more for us in this melancholy. This capitalistic system will exist only for everybody at the table getting fed. It's 2020, it's Judas who got his fix. Ate all the bread, still Jesus let him live. While we protest multinational supermarket chains 50 years ago, we the people let them win the game. Lower prices, more processed food, cheaper brands. How we know to trust them when they slap organic on the stamp? We are responsible for this current circumstance. We vote and manifest, we hate what we see happening. Rallies full of hate, waiting for the perfect catalyst. But the revolution will be tied to our consumption in America. Health and prevention's almost a great sin, which means the patient and the client are the same thing. Proper nutrition, that medicine is less expensive, but Medicare will do you better when the cancer festers. How many back and forth with some arrogant physicians walking through corridors of hospitals in poor conditions, in which many of us suffer the worst trauma in these sad places where humanity is non-grata. The health systems are fragmented. You got good nurses and doctors on the one shot, but on the other side, Big Pharma is outsized. Like the Mexican cartel, the scheme is organized crime. Promoting breakthroughs, a mascot on steroids who refuses to die, numbing his pain with some opioids. A dealer rocking a pharmacist apron who sells a snake oil in a lab down in Dayton. And at the end of the day, only intentions matter. Reality will always catch up to the reckless chatter. Solutions easy to find, it's not a secret. Thinking about our youth, damn, we in some deep shit. Consented to this carnival, mapped out on a long-term costume party. The youth are masked with the Mossberg. A shipwreck where survival of the fittest, a perpetual revisit of 2009 misses. Platforms where you see doctors become the journalists, alarmists journalists become doctors. We watch it burn again, we cancel, judge and crucify, but it depends who. Those who own the channels choose who they put the lens to, and it's hard to form alliances and get people to buy in, while some looking for buzz, while others is doing science. And I never thought I'd see the day where great professors get scolded on by TV personalities who talk all day. Where the last in class considers himself a genius, much like a terrorist. The same DNA sequence, the YouTube and the TV channel residents, singing off tune American Idol of medicine, spewing agendas off a script with mad confidence, pushing for measures bringing catastrophic consequence. And the worst that's yet to come won't even be a virus. These tools will all be stuck when it comes to the next crisis. All I could do is laugh at these godless fearmongers. The fear of death became the church within their subconscious. Could a simple vaccine bring solidarity? Nah, the world's gluttonous with a big lack of parity. Under the guise of protecting the elders, billions being made on the deadliest weapons. Stats replacing words by technocratic nerds, numbers and ratios, leading this undemocratic world. When they don't like the numbers, they get thrown in the trash. Hidden truths hidden behind these letters they used to mask. But who's held accountable and where's the transparency? We get it, your type plays by different rules apparently. Painkillers, other legal drugs in all our cabinets. And when we mention natural remedies, they start bashing us. Our city subjected to the laws of the dirty dozen. I turn the news on and all I see is a bunch of suckers playing with human emotions and taking them for hostage. Pumped us with fear, rational thoughts lost in the process, leaving a welcome sign for fashion pushes him to enter, popping pills to numb ourselves for the dark winter. Mr. Congressman, our hands cannot stop the flow of sand. Why so many houseless in the cold make us overstand? Conspiracies inspired by conspirators who conspire. Turn around and blame conspiracy theorists. Throughout history, all we've seen is war and rifts. So don't try to tell me plots don't exist. Kicks to the gut, schemes for the wicked, gentlemen dressed in nice suits. We call it business, lies and weapons of mass distraction. Millions are dead while the consent is manufactured. Selling war as a noble cause, you know the cost is death. Every time they lower oil costs, fighting the war on drugs down with the communists. But really, they use drug money to kill the communists. While crack cocaine was tearing up the hood. Seen it in the 80s, they were scheming on us good. During the month of March, they gave us their analysis. The economy could tank, we gotta salvage it. And just about 500,000 deaths later, fake news, real news, who got the correct data? Yeah, red alert, it's nobody move and nobody gets hurt. Panic buying toilet paper in the bunker, running a Milgram experiment on Archie Bunker. So many lies peddled, people believe in nothing. Disconnected from it all, rather make up something. And yes, fear and paranoia can make you an addict. Cause and effects got you doing pseudo mathematics. Hope is thin in this divisive atmosphere. Too much smoke blowing up our ass for the path to clear. And if you got time to post 1 million hateful comments, can you keep the plight of the less fortunate in your conscience? You don't want them here, right? The earth is bigger, drunk driving with your mask on and a hurt liver. And as you wear your mask, you also wear it on your sleeve. Same way you'll change your mind depending on the wind speed. But don't worry, Jack, got my finger on the pulse. Gather the sheep and the pork, I'ma hit them off. And if it's the number of deaths that you wanna stop, 1% of the armament budget will make it drop. Every year, 8 or 9 million lives could be saved. Providing clean water's been a failure. While these dummies playing, way too busy brandishing their guns while they selling jet fighters to Saudi Arabia. We playing with fireworks during these deadly times. Life and death decided by arbitrary lines. Life is not black and white, just a happy chaos. We celebrate until death comes to end the seance. During this pandemic, they pitting them against them. How many dead waiting for a cure against death? Can you read the hypocrisy on their face when you bury the ones you hate just so you can save face? And so it seems that many seem to forget that we not a bunch of computers you can fix when you sick. Speculated bubbles and economic growth gave us a sense of invincibility deep inside our soul. When it hits the fan, they say artist is not essential. When we hit a rough patch, as if music isn't helpful. Yet you use our names when it's time to raise the funds. When times are bad, you drop us like we weigh a ton. But nothing new under the sun, my young gunner. In this country, a real job is one that makes you suffer. From a sinking ship, we film the one who drowns and turn around and act like a modern-day Malcolm now. 20 years ago, marketers killed the music, privatized the hospitals. Guess who's the biggest loser? The way I see it, unity's gone. Obama, Bush, the Clintons, and the Trumps sang the same song. Our daughters can't breathe, our sons can't breathe. Their future walking on a tightrope, no plan B. Could see the world of tomorrow written on their faces. We judge them and categorize them. It makes me anxious between cliches of terror and homages. Soon to be washed up by a tsunami of broken promises. America on papers full of inspiring pablum. When the real America's really a war factory. No talk of reparations, ghetto still segregated. We know the numbers like Lauren got us miseducated. Corrupt police culture and bunch of corrupt officials ready to screw our future up to move up a little. Stuck in a juvenile wrestling match as if you had the